And good evening, Zelda 1 Randomizer fans. We have another game in our bracket stage of the 2022 Randomizer Tournament. I'm Kairos, joined by Boof and Boom. We have tonight Sausage Link, Trails, and Duke Firebird. How does that sound?
Sounds great as always. Anytime I get to see a randomizer, I am a happy girl.
So this is game 2 out of 3 games that will be played in order to advance into the next group bracket where they'll be fighting against people who have buys. And the top 2 will advance. They are getting points, 4 points for a win, 3 points for second, and third will get 2 points. It actually could decide some things because of the only having 3 racers in most of these groups. It could be decided in this race overall, but there's there's a lot of fight left in these.
Oh, absolutely. I'm hoping for some little troll.
All
Maybe like
right.
an item blocking 2 dungeons. But
We
yes, go
are
ahead.
we are starting off on the south coast and going immediately into the forest. Got a little bit of hiccup on trails, it looks like. They were all ready, so hopefully that gets going there. Hopefully, maybe it's just we've had some internet issues with people with their OBS. But we find a take any cave to get a candle for Sausage Link over by the desert.
And in a good spot to start burning down the forest, so I'm all for it. And level 2. The cave northeast of Vanilla 8. Alright. That's not bad.
Yep. No immediate dive in to try to. I didn't see if there was an immediate block. Some runners will go and try to find a early bomb pack or a key, and others or maybe a nice item. But we have level 9 already on the coast cave.
And let's see what's on it. The power bracelet. Okay. This I like, so maybe ladder required for power bracelet, and then we'll just say level 6. Yeah. 6 is under a power bracelet spot.
Of course, we got priority to these Armos locations because there's out of these 5 locations, there will be one of our items that could determine things such as where our wood sword could be, and it might just be useful in general.
Okay, now I think unless they can pirouette the hole open, bomb hole open, I know why they didn't peek into 2. There's a key block. Okay. And we have... Go ahead.
Yeah, we have 48 for a candle price, which only Duke Firebird needs still, and 28 for bombs.
And the Armos item is going to be our raft. So we have an early possible check for 2 potential spots for our white sword item and our dungeons.
As well as the wood sword.
That's true, because then the wood sword could be blocked. I keep forgetting about that.
And hopefully these runners don't forget about it, because we've seen races where 40 minutes in, oh, that's where the sword was.
Yeah, I've done that too. I think it was because I forgot that I had Heart Shuffle on, and I'm like, where is this? Until I found a white sword on the floor. So early bombs means we're also getting some good checks out of the way, and it seems like we found any roads. So we're going from the coast, well, northeast to northwest.
That's always a good place to go. Mm-hmm. Back next door. That one's not so great. We got our raft check right now on the coast. Survey says a shop. Very, very expensive meat, but it has our arrows.
Yep.
But Trails finds the letter.
And it's always interesting to see who picks up the letter, who doesn't pick up the letter. Arrows, they wrote a little bit more expensive, right? 88, I think that's a little more on the expensive side.
Yeah, but, I mean, unless you see silvers someplace, you want those wood arrows, because it's very likely with all these extra bosses, you're going to run into a Goma.
Oh, absolutely. And Trail's unfortunately not making it back to the staircase in time, got run over by a boulder, and has to go back to start.
Duke Fireberg picking up that candle around his house for being able to burn down the forest.
And we have level 8 right on the first coast spot where they started.
Hey, you always got to think about when you start up, it's like, oh yeah, I need to check here.
And vanilla level 5 holds our white sword item, the wooden boomerang.
Requiring 4 to 6 hearts. It'll be interesting to see if anybody goes back for that, if they, if they see it early like Sausage did.
There's
Because
two people. There's the people that love it, the people that hate it. Okay, maybe there's 3 people. And then there's the people who will pick it up only if they're in the early games.
if you watch certain of these matches, I've seen some amazing boomerang plays. I mean, you don't find a situation every game, but there are opportunities that's like, if only I had a boomerang.
Mm-hmm. Because at that point you don't have the wait a minute, is that the wood sword at start?
Yeah, it's at the vanilla location.
Okay, that is the second time I've seen that today. Goodness gracious, who rolled this?
Wasn't me this time, surprisingly.
Okay. So it looks like everybody now has made their way over to the coast. They've all seen level 9. They're all going to see that power bracelet on the coast. And Sausage now, with some repeatable offense, hopefully we'll begin to start digging some of these dungeons. Alright, and Duke Firebird does look like picked up their raft as well from the Armos. Our tracker, Kami and Renokai, is doing a fantastic job already. Oh, keys for 90. Okay, that's a little gross.
And that was the cheaper one, I think.
Ah, heck. Well, we've seen a couple I think of the mid-secrets, and those were in the 30s, correct?
I've been watching a lot of stuff, but we got at level 4 raft spot, we got level 7.
Alright, so we do have the requirement, a pirouette to open the bomb hole. And let's see what we've got in here. I'm hoping for lots of Gleox today in this particular seed, just because. So, Trails did take a bop, but not before picking up their raft. So everybody now possibly has the overworld block all taken care of.
And with the likelihood of needing the ladder at some point, that power bracelet spot's going to open up for some eventually.
Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of it also then possibly might depend on exploration. Maybe in the earlier part I might favor that a little bit more, just to see if there was going to be more of those unsuspecting spots to check. Alright. Trail's picking up his wooden sword. And Sausage, meanwhile, still continuing the trek into 7. Not too bad. Dark nuts, gels. Okay. I can dig it.
Duke Firebird just getting in some routing of covering this forest with fire, so it'll be a little while before he gets over to start.
Nope. That's not a bad thing either, because at least you're opening caves and you're doing things that the other runners aren't at the moment, so I do love the divergence, at least in the early games, and then you kind of sort of see everybody, unless there's a really huge problem with an item buried deep somewhere that you got to see everybody kind of taking the same path. The beginning's always the most fun for me.
That's just started to do Candle Row. Starts off with a little secret of 3.
So tiny! And we have level 1 at the Vanilla Potion Shop northeast of 3.
Duke Firebird about to go find that boomerang item, which he will not be able to get. And Trails says, we get a good large secret, 134. Trails trying to do a little pirouetting and just gonna dig into this one. Hopefully there's a key in here, or else progress will be blocked.
Oh, already?
But
Ooh,
the consolation is in the second room, the ladder on the floor.
perfect.
So we'll come back later with keys, but we got a ladder.
And that's the second dungeon we've seen now that has an immediate key block. And with keys, the cheap ones being 90, this is going to be a very interesting seed depending on the choices that these runners make.
Yeah, it sure would have been nice if that was a magical key on the coast, but alas, it was not. But with that, other than those large secrets, money's a little poor. So, are the runners gonna spend them on keys? Because we are kind of blocked on a couple of levels right now.
So Duke, I think, is hopefully going to be working their way down. No bombs to really do Forgotten Spot or Death Mountain, so it looks like the seed is going to point him in the right direction. Sausage, meanwhile, is heading back over, and I think going, yep, purchase a key. Perfect. I like
But
that idea.
one or two keys is the question. Only one. Gonna
Okay.
save some money for some arrows potentially.
Alright, now Trails, it looks like, is trying to open maybe a bomb hole in the level? Nope.
Just trying to
Farming for
get
bombs
bombs.
instead. Okay.
It was 28 for the bomb price. It's a little expensive, but it's really a lot expensive when you consider that the small mid secrets are kind of low.
Correct. Well, the mid secret, I think somebody in chat gave me the correct price, I think, of 28. So a
Which
bomb
is
pack is
yeah.
exactly the price.
You know it's bad when when it takes a small and a medium and you still can't afford a bomb pack.
But I did see on Trails' side, level 3, vanilla level 3 did have a arrow shop, not an arrow shop, a key shop, and the higher price of the keys was 92. So only a 2 rupee difference. Duke, unfortunately, gambling and losing, but we'll pop south hopefully and pick up their wood. Oh no, he did already pick up the wood sword. This is what I get for not paying attention.
And just an insult at the Southwest Cave.
And no bombs to check that other cave. Oof.
Everybody's, Trails had a real early bomb pack, and overall the runners have just not gotten very many.
So it looks like resource management is going to be the play here. Now I wonder if Trails with that bomb pack will go back with that one obscure little cave next to the southwest corner. Because that, I think they call that the second forgotten spot, correct?
That corner is definitely forgotten as well because it's out of the way. Because you gotta go because the Lost Woods is what gets in your way.
Mm-hmm. So Sausage taking a death over on the coast. Duke Firebird in level 1 will pick up their ladder after clearing this room. And Trails hopefully is going to get another bomb pack and is going to show us what's up in the graveyard. Alright. I wasn't looking. Did Duke get his ladder after clearing that room?
Yes.
Okay, good. Excellent. So now he's going to go burn down the forest in the Deadwoods. And Trails, meanwhile, let's see, a secret, some money under the grave. Let's take a look what's over there in 6. Although based on the enemy sets, I think we're going to have a very combat-heavy seed. Just because Dark Nuts were in the dungeons, and I haven't seen any Wizrobes yet either, so...
Level 6 location contains level 5 today. Immediate staircase. Is this a transport? Probably. It is.
And
You can almost guarantee that first transport's a transport. The first stair's a transport.
I hope. Can't always be that easy. But Sausage, meanwhile, used their key to go into level 2, and we'll hopefully get some use out of it.
And oh my goodness, that bomb hole in the southwest is level 4.
Oh, yes.
That is bad news for Trails.
I know.
When will Trails return to bomb that?
Yep, because of the obscurity. Oh, I love it when they get these juicy little surprises. As a commentator, it's fantastic. When you're racing, you're swearing at something.
So we are down to finding level 3, which does not have to be under an item block because we've already gotten one.
True. And I think Death Mountain really is the only area that we haven't really explored.
There's a few bomb holes scattered around that may have been missed because of the lack of bombs.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not sure if anybody's seen the level 1 location yet.
I think, let's see.
Someone was going up Candle Row and probably hit it.
Oh, at Vanilla level 1.
That's what I meant, yes.
Oh, yeah. I don't think it was anything. I think Duke was in there. Alright, so Sassage used the key in 2. Didn't really get very far by the look of it. And so now the question is, unfortunately doesn't have the 90 rupees necessary to buy another key to go back into 1. And I don't believe, yeah, they didn't clear the first room, so they don't have the ladder yet either.
Trails being able to progress further past that Goma because picking up that ladder and immediately rewarded with the triforce in level 5, our first of the night.
And we'll go back in for the dig. Hopefully doesn't have to use that key to get to the item, because we do need some sort of entry or purchase to get into levels 1 and 2. Alright, now Sassage can pop that door open in level 1. I believe if he goes to the left and comes back and enters the dungeon. Yep, perfect. Now I just hope he doesn't bounce as soon as he sees the... Okay, good, he's gonna clear the room.
Trails finds a very valuable key in this gel room.
Oh, and Duke taking a death before we could get a look at our second raft spot.
That's level 7.
Oh, that was level 7? Okay.
Yeah, that was our the block we found already.
Okay. So 7 was at 4. Trying to remember all these. This is why I gotta write these things down. Oh.
I got a track.
When you get to be my age, just write everything down. Make sure your glasses are on a string.
I'm just using a tracker. Because sometimes I actually remember all these things, and sometimes I don't.
I get horrible seed bleed, which is why only one time. I can only play one seed, and then I have to take at least an hour break.
That's just taking the opportunity to rest with the fairy fountain at half a heart. Not a bad plan.
Mm-mm. So now Duke Firebird heading back into the direction of level 2. And I'm curious, once he's done with this, we'll go hopefully over to the coast and just pick up that power bracelet, just to be on the safe side. Meanwhile, Trail's taking a death in 5, still trying to dig that item out. Nope, Duke is making a liar out of me and is going over to the northeast corner again.
Meanwhile, Sassage Link is also in the southwest without a bomb.
Maybe he'll get lucky. Nope. There were some blue Lionels, but I mean, with more checks to do, I can understand why you would just leave that spot for later.
But Duke Firebird, the only one with that knowledge so far, could be a late entry. And we have a segmented level 5. I thought I saw 2 transport stairs earlier, but that proves it right there.
And that is a submarine sailing under a bridge.
See, there was another submarine the other night, but it didn't have the bridge.
No. Well, I mean, it
For the
traveled.
cloud.
It got to the bridge tonight. There we go. And we finally have the item.
It's a nice one. It is a wand. That is a great improvement of offense. Although we haven't seen any Wizrobes, so...
Oh, they're in there, trust me.
That means they're not... It's not quite as valuable as in a seed where Wizrobes are on the Overworld. Because it's not going to help you get past those 8 blues.
True. But it will help against the Dark Nuts.
Duke Firebird picking up some wood arrows.
Mm-hmm.
And magical sword found at the Grave Potion Shop. I missed where our 4th any road was. We had 2 of them up right next to each other. Another one, West Death Mountain. I didn't see where that other one went.
I think Trails was killed before he got to see the 4th location, and nobody has taken them since. But now here's Trails. Hopefully it will give us. Okay, so that was one. Okay. Ow.
It's also on Death Mountain.
Oh, fantastic. But I mean, it still puts you in a location for some bomb checks, so that's okay. Meanwhile, Sausage did find level 5 and is choosing to go in and take a look around. And for those in chat wondering, Bai has already finished the race because Bai is just that good of a player.
Our trackers came in saying using the heart to indicate that we found level 9. I'd go with the red ring personally myself, since it's a distinguished level 9 thing that isn't required to beat the game. But
Okay.
Sausage picking up the wand, more importantly, and I think a lot less time than Trails did searching this level 5.
So far, yes. But then, how long is it going to take them to dig out that triforce?
Ooh, I think Trails just missed a bomb on Death Mountain.
Didn't he just get bopped, I think, by the P-Hat? Is it called a P-Hat? Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. He got bopped and missed the bomb, which that always gets me. In the overworld, you have to be extremely precise, and like in the dungeon, you burp loud enough and the wall just falls to pieces with the bombs.
Those walls that do bomb, they are paper thin.
And 7... Oh, that's just a fat cactus. That's all it is.
Got a question in chat, wondering why no one wants the power bracelet. Well, we've actually finding really good coverage on the dungeons. We're only missing one. And one of them is blocked already, so there's not a super high priority.
Yeah, unfortunately no other functionality, and really we found all of the other important things. The white sword item has already been located. Trails picking up their wooden arrows. Sausage finding the triforce out of 5, so did have a much faster level 5 than Trails. And it doesn't look like Manhandle is rolled up. I'm pretty sure I saw Duke take it down with 2 bombs. Speaking of which, our first increase posted at 98, which unfortunately we won't get to see how good it is because they do not have the required rupees. Alright, so Trails did use a key also to get into level 2, and so far, unfortunately, not really having much success in finding any items. The wand will be very useful, though, for this particular enemy set.
Lot quicker work on that Gleeok there.
Oh, absolutely.
And we got Ganon's room in level 7. As Duke Firebird is spending some time here now.
And slowly increasing the key count, so if he can either get, take a key, give a key, he might be able to come out and then be able to take care of 1 and 2 rather quickly.
Looks like Trail's finally getting over to the coast to look at level 9, or just resetting the enemies more likely. And picking up the power bracelet.
Okay.
So now we can find if level 3 is hidden in those locations.
The best thing I think right now for Duke to find in this level 7 is the bow, just because of the sheer number of Pole's voices I've been seeing in all these rooms. Now, Sausage also picking up the power bracelet off of the coast. And Trails is doing some work now in level 8.
I
Go
think
ahead.
did Trails just finish off a rupee boss in up A to reset it?
I think so.
Because I saw a map on the floor
Yeah.
afterward. So that's trying to get a few more rupees.
Okay.
Thinking about probably a couple, extra key purchases,
Mm-hmm.
or possibly a blue ring, but more likely keys.
Oh, absolutely. I would definitely prioritize at least a key purchase or 2, knowing that 2 of the easiest dungeons in terms of layout are key blocked.
Okay. Chat saying it was actually just trying to command a key on that Gleeok.
Oh.
That's an impressive thing to see if you can get it off.
With 3 hearts and no red ring, and I will.
There are only 2 heads on it, so.
Come on. Oh, darn it.
Gotta be a little cleaner at the start in order to be able to take those bops.
Alright, so opting out. And meanwhile, Duke is still in 7, so at this point, you gotta hope that there is something of value better than, let's say, a red candle. That will hopefully give him some sort of reward for digging this ridiculously gigantic level 7.
Passage with 2 keys in hand. I'll just say bye, Gleeok, and actually get to explore in level 2.
Finds another Gleeok. Oh,
I believe you requested extra Gleeoks today.
I did. And I am now, knowing the power I possess in this seat, I'm going to shut my mouth with any more predictions.
It's all right. There's nothing wrong with some intense combat. They got swords. They got two runners got wand. You just gotta work harder.
All right.
Our container on the floor for Sausage and 2. Could be our item. Could be, but I always consider that to be the first art you find in level 1 or 2 on the floor. Oh, red ring.
Oh, love it. Just sitting there, just.
It's always the
waiting.
second. The second heart's always your coast heart. But yes, Sausage gonna be able to slice up some Gleeoks later.
Alright, so Duke going back into 1 with 3 keys. Hopefully not too many bomb walls, so seeing he doesn't have any.
And the Aquabitus guards the Triforce in level 2.
So very nice and cozy. Trails, on the other hand, checking the raft spot over by the ladder item and finding his money. And up-aing for a second time to go, let's see. Ah, the coast checks, okay. Has not seen them yet. And I believe the white sword item was down here, right? One of the coast one of the coast caves?
No, the White Sword I was boomerang up at level 5.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Oh, potion pickup instead, okay.
With the money situation, yeah, I don't blame. Not at all.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see a key purchase. Perfect. Alright, so Duke Fighterbird, finding this Gleeok, wants to get out of here to finish up looking for items, because all we need is the basement. So, thankfully not as many rooms to clear, unless unfortunately you get in one of those situations where the shutter's behind you and you can only kill an enemy to get out.
Duke Firebird digging this level 1. Trails in level 8. Look at that map. And the Sausage in level 6. There's a potential item room with a Goma.
Alright, Duke Firebird back in here. Hopefully can take down the Gleeok this time and advance to the left where hopefully a staircase will be waiting.
Ooh. Not quite today. Try again. And our second bomb upgrade in level 6.
One rupee short.
Can come back and get that in the... Yeah, Pole's voice. As long as you don't die. There's but be back there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Sausage with 6 bombs right now is not a great refill.
And Trails does not have the recorder, so unfortunately can go no further in that particular room. We'll have to up-A. And contemplating whether or not they want to continue. Oh, doing a retry. Okay. And I believe that was probably to get the key back. Key and bombs, if I'm not mistaken.
Definitely the keys. But, with 102 rupees in hand, Sausage says, I want bombs and +6 at it.
And that is a really nice deal. So we have potential push block in this room. And it does not. So Duke just needs the basement item, knows where the triforce is. As I believe it was on the floor in that Gleeok room.
Yes, it was
okay.
Before you had to kill the Gleeok to get out.
Yes. And potential push block. Hopefully just have to kill all the likes, which to me is one of the most irritating enemies that you can find. They don't drop anything. They take your shield. They don't give it back.
And I like my shield.
I love Big Shield. It is one of my favorite extra purchases to make.
Here's in level 7. Passes by the Triforce. And the other boomerang in level 1.
No love for the blue boomerang. Alright, so we've got some dig doggers. And whether or not they're blocking anything, I'm not exactly sure yet. Hopefully as we see more of the levels, we will determine that. Meanwhile, Sausage says, I'm done. Gets the Triforce and is going to leave.
Top of the waterfall.
Okay, so Duke Firebird picks up their triforce out of 1, Sausage now in level 8, Trails in level 1, which should hopefully go a little bit faster for them because they have the wand. Very nice Kanana key by Trails.
Lock in that open door. And takes a shot.
See, that's why you need that big shield. Alright. So, potential arrow block, Goma block for this particular room here in 8. At this point, I think everybody wants to see an any key. Yeah, the bow, the silvers, we know it's required, but just how key-starved this seed has been. I think somebody getting the any key will definitely start widening their lead.
Bait pickup by Duke Firebird. Let's see if that saves some time later.
That is one thing I always enjoy seeing, is a good placed bait block. Because you're not really thinking you're going to see it based on shapes, and then it happens. And you're just sitting there like, really?
Oh, and one east of the Forgotten Spot is level 3. I've seen a lot of levels in that spot being last locationed.
So now, at least by the look of it, I believe Duke Firebird has seen... He's the one that found 4 where nobody else did because of bombs, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So I know they've seen 2. No, they've seen 9.
And a nice bomb force on the boulder run for Duke.
And so far it looks like, though, the power bracelet spots aren't really giving anything, not even really any good money, so... Fortunately, power bracelet on the coast was a red herring.
Which is why it wasn't an immediate priority to pick up the the raft being unlocking level 7. A lot of levels found already. I was like, okay, I'll finish out the power bracelet spots later, but not my priority.
Yep. I think Trails is on the right... I think this is the item room for Trails in level 1.
Yes, this will be the boomerang.
And at this point, I don't see a pickup. Much love as I have for the boomerang, at least picking up one of them. Nope.
There's a few runners that would still pick it up at this point.
If I already have one, I usually don't pick up the other, but I always try to at least pick up one, just for the sake of the utility. So Duke unfortunately taking a death, and Sausage is now working on that 4-headed Gleeok in 1. Trails picking up their Triforce out of 1, and hopefully off to bigger and better things.
One situation I saw was if you're in a middle of a shoot room with a bunch of red dark nuts and you manage to bomb one on the outside of the chute, well, you could pick up that bomb pack that they dropped if you had boomerang.
Exactly. And Sausage, I think, did the exact same Kananaki that Trails did. Speaking of which, he finally went back down to the southwest corner and has found level 4. chat already making predictions about where we think the silvers are going to be versus the any key. I'd like to see the any key outside of 9.
But level 3 contains the white sword. And Duke Firebird not having the wand out of level 5 is much appreciative.
Oh, absolutely. Alright, so Sausage looks like we'll also try to take out the Gleeok and continue exploring level 1 before getting the Triforce. And Trails is going to take a peek inside level 4 and show us what's inside. Look at all these key doors. I have to see the any key at some point soon. Alright,
There's our Wizrobes.
yep. They had to be coming. So Duke with the Triforce out of 3. Let's see where they go next. So might be saving up for a blue ring purchase if they're not picking up any more keys at this point. They're at 187.
And we got 4 Triforce pieces on the board for Sausage Link. But Sausage has a couple of levels at least to find.
It does have the power bracelet, so some of those checks will probably eat up some of their time, but really, in terms of, yes, ahead in terms of Triforces, but in terms of items, really, there's nothing outstanding for any of our runners yet that gives them a clear advantage. I'm not used to level 4 looking that big either.
It is fairly large in size. Second quest 4.
Okay, that's true. And Sausage, seeing the boomerang, says no thank you. And is out.
Duke Firebird finding a large secret and maxing out rupees.
And Sausage now going into 7. Okay.
Zol's running up, and Duke Firebird spending all that rupee stash for Blue Ring.
And then most likely heading to level 2. Because that's the way it always goes.
The runners don't generally complain too hard when that happens. What you do complain about is when you finally open up a burn bush and find the red ring as a white sword item.
And we have the any key in 4. All
Key
right.
problems be gone.
So now Trails can either save up for some nice shiny jewelry, or go right back to 2. They don't know yet that the red ring is waiting for them on the floor. But I'm very curious to see where they're going to go next now that they have basically no problems when it comes to locked doors.
Chat asking what we call where level 3 is today. Z Helper says it's the Bomb Cave 1 North of First Quest's level 1.
I personally track it as east lower left corner. Because I do paper tracking. Alright, so Sausage is looking like they're probably going to have a better time digging out 7 than Duke did. I know Duke spent a lot of time in there, unfortunately, without much to show for it. Yeah, this is where the wand really comes into help for Sausage, is being able to do the sword and the wand at the same time. Or noping out. That also helps.
Goes with the triforce out of level 4. But more importantly, right now, no more key problems.
Correct. Now, Sausage did find the Triforce, but is continuing to dig, which I personally agree with. Haven't really found much else.
Ooh, but you hate to get locked behind a shutter door with a dig dogger when you just came out of the triforce room.
Oh.
So now you
I,
gotta go clear back to there.
but not too terrible, because Duke hasn't found the red ring yet. So, I mean, if they decide to explore a little bit more before going back there, then this will be a happy accident. So they can pick up the Triforce and leave with full health. Just can't get troll dongoed. Alright. Okay, one more. There we go. So Duke getting their red ring out of 2, now just to go pick up that Triforce, and they will be done. And Sausage still slugging through this 7. I hope there's something good in there.
We got two important items left on the board with the bow and the recorder that can not be in level 9. And Duke Firebird going back and picking up the Triforce in level 2.
Yeah, Sausage having a little bit of easier time in 7 than Duke did, simply because of the wand, but still looking for that staircase item. I don't think I've seen Goma blocking any particular staircases in 7, so right now doesn't look to be the case. Oh, here's a possibility, unless they've cleared this room already. Alright, so Trails is now going to see the white sword item. We'll pick it up. And does! Thank you! A boomerang pickup always warms my heart just a little bit. Because some people go out of their way to set it on fire instead of picking it up.
What? Who would dare do such a thing?
So Duke Firebird is now joining Sausage in 7, and Trails is now going to take a peek into level 6. I like the way that... Go ahead.
Well, we got staircase level 7 here, and it is a transport.
Well, of course. This dungeon wants you to see every single room before it finally gives you the staircase, which we do know is not in the Triforce room, thankfully. Although it does tickle my evil heart a little bit, where a runner will full clear the dungeon, not checking the Triforce room just because Triforce, and they step in there, and that's where the staircase is.
But Sausage has already been in the Triforce room and just got blocked by Dick Dogger afterwards. And oh look, another one. Oh, and it's... Yep.
So
Nope,
blocked,
can't bomb
but not
out.
the item. And Trail's picking up their Triforce out of 6. Let's see if they turn around and go back in. No. Okay. So what I like about this seed so far is that the earlier dungeons gave the runners a lot of utility, a lot of damage boosting items, I think in preparation for the deep digs that they're going to have to do in some of these levels.
But they don't have the red candle. That's what you damage boost with. Oh, you have an offense increase.
Yes. Well, I mean, they have the blue candle. They can still set themselves on fire. They just can't do it repeatedly in one screen. Don't get me wrong, we get the book and the wand, and there's just going to be self-immolation happening all over the place on all 3 screens. So Trail's deciding to go into level 8, which really isn't that bad of a play. There's 2 items on the floor. Did get the items on the floor. Items to be found, let's try that. And can recorder back, hopefully, if the recorder is not buried in 6. Sacrifices a heart. Okay.
Hearts versus bomb capacity. Gets the heart right back.
I think it depends on what I'm feeling that day. Some days I'll give the heart, other days I'll give the bomb. And there's the Triforce, guarded by the extremely destructive Rupee boss.
So, the strange thing is, Trails cleared this room, saw the compass, left the compass, went in the next room, and found the Triforce. And then he went and cleared and got the compass again.
Well, just in case, the dungeon was making quite a point there. Now, Sausage still digging 7. There has to be something in the back of their mind going, you know, something's in here. I have to keep going. Four keys, plenty of resources right now to get through it. And unless they've cleared this room already, this is a potential drop. Okay, probably has. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of bomb holes. They probably did dig this already. Alright, we'll pick up that Triforce. And Duke, unfortunately, taking a death in 7, so we'll have to start over from the beginning. And Trails is still looking to see if there are any items to be found. We do have suspicions that one of them could be arrow blocked. There was a Goma blocking a potential staircase.
And I think there was a Digdogger blocking a pathway.
Oh. Okay. So this is going to be even very interesting. And you were going to say?
Just when the level's this big, extra bosses can be everywhere.
Hmm?
Well, they are everywhere, it seems.
Now, Duke Firebird clearing out Zelda's room. I don't believe anything can drop in there, correct?
No, nothing's
Okay.
going to be in Zelda's room.
Another ultra hard Ruby boss, but this time not guarding any staircases, so no point in trying to fight it. Okay, this has some potential. So Duke Firebird getting close to where the Triforce is if they go to the left. And Sausage is going up, it looks like, to blow some holes in Death Mountain. Alright.
And item number 1 is the bow for Trails in level 8.
Okay. And then that could potentially open up the other item. We'll have to see if the Goma really was blocking something.
And Trails has purchased the wood arrows, so all ready to fire. And
So-
lots of rubies to spend.
Mhm. Now, I don't remember, where was level 4?
Level 4 was the bomb spot next to the southwest corner.
Oh, okay. Yes. So, Sausage does have a lot of money. Let's see what he finds on Death Mountain in terms of shops, possibly a wooden arrow purchase, maybe. So, Duke Firebird having their fill of 7, possibly running into some key blocks, and we'll continue to explore elsewhere. And Trails, I have to believe, is going back to the other item spot, or potential item spot, I should say, in level 8. Yep, right here. Okay, so it looks like Duke is heading into 4, which is going to be very good to give him back some keys.
And it is not the Goma in this reverse C room.
Well, heck. That would have been actually quite delicious. The bow to then go back and get the Goma block, which is blocking the silvers.
You still
We'll
have more
just...
Gomas.
Oh, yeah.
It's becoming less likely that the recorder is in level 8, though.
Well, if I had to predict, I am going to call the silvers in 9. And I am going to call the Coast Heart in 6. And I'm going to say the recorder is in 7. So, Trail's picking up their triforce. Will they go back in and dig?
Depends on how much the coverage is left, how much coverage is done, so how many rooms are left, and what bosses are blocking those areas, which he says, no, I'll come back later if I have to.
Oh, recorder can't be in 7. Okay. Wait, why can't recorder be in 7?
Because I think we had a block and a dig dogger block to go forward in that.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right, Sausage found level 3, Duke back in 4, and Trails back in 2.
So hopefully a pretty quick level for Trails. Got to finish up this room. Gives him the heart. Couple screens left. Gets the red ring. Another look at that super chunky level 4. And Sausage hopefully will be on the right path to find Betty. And then continue on.
Trails takes a little detour from the direct path to the red ring, but gonna go back that way anyway. And Trails without a map, playing find the bomb hole.
Now, Duke Firebird does not have any keys. And chat did point out, hopefully that was not a factor in discovering its location. Sausage finding the white sword, and we'll pop back up to get the triforce. Now this is a potential Kanana key. Will Duke set it up?
Always gotta break the Zelda gels because they're not dying to a white sword.
Don't think it was push block. Can't remember. So Sausage with the triforce out of 3 still has to find that very deeply hidden 4 at the second forgotten spot.
These bubbles not making it easy for Duke.
There we go.
Success. But more key doors. Does this room drop? It does drop a key.
Yep. Then we know that the room south wasn't anything, so just as long as he pays attention to the map and make sure that you're not spending keys unnecessarily, I think they'll be alright. Alright, where is Sausage heading? To do some power bracelet checks, which we know are not required. Trails, meanwhile, finding level 3, and will soon be rewarded with their white sword. I like the reverse C-clip. I can't do it, but I always enjoy watching it.
Look at all those key doors.
I mean, he picked the right level to do after 2, 4, I should say.
Duke.
There we go. Yep.
Also picking up the magical key.
Now, am I mistaken, or did he stab it for good measure before picking it up?
Did not notice, but not surprising. It's like, how many keys did I buy this seed?
So, Trail's getting the white sword, going back for the triforce. Sausage is headed in the right direction to go find level 4. Wondering if they know that that was the one spot that they were missing. Hopefully so.
Definitely one of the gaps on the map.
To me, that's one of the worst feelings, is when you're going through your overworld checks and you have to leave one obscure one behind. And you constantly play in the back of your head, do I go back for it immediately, or do I just leave it alone and think it's nothing?
Trail's picking up the Triforce out of level 3, only needs the one at level 7 at the raft location where level 4 would normally be.
So the question is then, if you are Trails, it's an hour in, are you gambling on 9, or are you just going to get that Triforce and pop directly out?
Let's see. High coverage. Trails does have the red ring. So there's not a lot of items left. There's a second item in 8. And there's one in 7 if you find it on along the way, which our runners have proven that that's probably not going to be the case. Yeah, you dig 9. You just hope you find it along the way here if it's in here.
Oh, that always makes me cringe. I'm a completionist by nature whenever I play my video games, and just the idea of leaving something behind that's potentially useful. It almost hurts as bad as taking a candle instead of a heart. Take any's.
If Trails gets the map in here, which we've seen, it's even more reason to not skip this level 7 because it's pretty chunky too.
But has all the needings of bombs, so we'll pick that up. Does not need money really for anything else. Doesn't need keys. I mean, maybe bait. We haven't seen the bait block yet, have we?
We have not.
Alright, bait blocked magic staircase to Zelda. There we go. And if that works, I will be accepting donations for lottery numbers. I will also accept cute kitty pictures. Or dogs. Any animal. Iguana, snakes, hamsters, hedgehogs. So cute. Anyway.
And so I believe the triforce is in this near the bottom left corner here. And I expect Trails to dip out immediately after finding it. Not this way, that's the Dig Dogger.
And Duke doing a little bit of gambling. And unfortunately losing as well. I don't think we've seen anybody win yet.
Trails will probably bomb to the left here to check it out. Does not bomb, it's a troll's room. Gonna go check this Goma, see if... No, he just bombing to the right.
Okay.
So Trails is gonna do a little dig.
Okay.
How long before time to 9?
Well, Sausage we know still needs to dig level 8 for those 2 items. We know one of them absolutely is required. We're not sure if the Silvers is playing hide outside of 9 or not. And Duke Firebird, I still think Duke is in it. I mean, really, not that far behind on Triforces, has all of the knowledge, I believe knows where all the levels are. Or is he missing?
Trail's gonna have to up A here, because came into that Dig Dogger room that has double shutter door and no bomb holes.
And that's the second time we've seen that. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we got community hints, but I always hope for the Silvers to slay the beast lie somewhere.
I always tell everybody, check pedestal. It's on pedestal. And Sausage finding the any key, perfect. So now nobody has to worry about keys anymore. Duke Firebird finally winning at the casino and gets 24 rupees for their troubles.
And Duke one shy of a attempt at magical sword. Probably not seeing that tonight. Hearts have not been flowing. Plus, muggers want hearts or bombs.
Well, I mean, the bomb increase was very generous, so maybe? I always hope for a max check. Probably won't be 10, but...
But they got white sword. They're not...
True.
They're not concerned at all.
Yeah, white sword and wands. Unless it's screaming you in the face and you have more than like a 25% chance to pick it up, you're not going back.
It's too far out of the way from everywhere they need to go.
I agree. So Duke Firebird has found level 5. Did get the compass, so possibly the wand is on the way, not quite sure. So Sausage with the Triforce out of 4 now just has level 8. And Trails is our third runner to do that huge slog of level 7. And so far between the 3 of them and the time I think they've all collectively spent, I gotta know what it is. Somebody has to find it and tell me what's in 7.
Blocked by a Dig Dogger. Quarter and 8, I guess.
Oh my gosh. What is it? Locked by a Dig Dogger, Recorder in 8, and it's hiding the Silvers. Oh wait, we said Silvers can't be in 7. Dang it!
No, Silvers can be in 7.
Oh, Silvers can? Wait.
Silvers can be anywhere.
Oh wait, Recorder can't be in 7. Because Recorder was the possible Dig Dogger. Was it? Chat, help me out here.
I think the only pass left are Dig Dogger blocked. In 7,
okay.
Is what we're saying.
Alright. Now I'm back with you. Unless, what's this? Or is this was the other staircase?
This is transport.
Okay. So, sausage and a potential stair room.
This transport's going to go to that one room in the bottom left-hand corner.
Okay.
Which has a dig dogger, but you can go back if you want to.
At this point, I hope so.
Well, if it wasn't an open stair like that, you'd have to open A, because I'm stuck.
And we have the red candle in 6. And sausage.
Gonna pick it up anyway, but give it a few shots with the wand.
Well, of course.
You're supposed to burn the candle, sausage. Burn the candle.
So, sausage back in 8. At this point, it has to know that there's something in 8 that they have to dig out. I mean, the law of averages, there has to be something in here.
If you look at Trail's map, there was when he had it on the pause screen, there was like in the center bottom, there was a segment of like 3 rooms he had not been able to see yet.
And that's where the dig dogger block was?
I don't recall, but it's... I think if you kill that Gleeok, you'd be able to get into one of the rooms.
Okay. Not sure he's going to opt it at this point. I think he thinks he's wasted enough time in here, which, for all we know, could not have been a waste. Sausage able to bomb out of the mugger room. Save spending some resources just right now.
Trails with a full set of triforce pieces. It's time to go to level 9. But where are we going first?
I don't know, to be honest.
Guess we're going to screen wrap over to the coast.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Because it's right, it's one screen south of where you're going to screen wrap.
Okay. That makes sense now. I keep forgetting that world wrapping is a thing. And then what is it if you do a world wrap in the upper left corner? It's like doing a reset almost.
Yeah, it's like an up and A.
Love it. I've seen that once.
Because it doesn't wrap from the 0, to the 7F. No, it wraps to a null value. So I was like, okay, we're gonna reset the game on you.
I love it. Alright, let's... Oh, Trails unfortunately does not have usable audio, so we do not know whether or not he's going to find Ganon anytime soon. So at this point right now, we are going to be watching for a singular shutter door that does not open, no matter what is pushed or killed. And then we're also looking to see if we've got some silvers in here.
And one of our mini sets of transport stairs, of course, is found by Trails.
Doesn't look to be particularly terrible in terms of enemy set. We do have whiz robes. Never mind. I just realized whiz robes. But he's got white sword, so that's not bad. And red ring. Okay. That's fine. We're fine again.
Yeah, Sausage knows he's got to dig these dungeons because that bow is not going to be a 9.
Yes. I mean, it looks tricky, but it's almost very linear in its layout.
If we get a hard dig dogger block in level 9, where do you go first?
That's a really good question. As I mean, both 7 and 8 are just utterly ridiculous. Although, wait, we said recorder probably isn't in 7, so then I would go back to 8 first. But I also...
Well, as I said, there was that one strip of that one column in the bottom section of 7 that I felt like you could get through from a Gleeok room. It was a 4-header. And chat said we had us hiding in Zelda already.
Oh, we already had Zelda. Well, we have 9.
And we have a map of 9 with the atlas.
Alright, so if you're trails, you might be starting to sweat a little bit. Because that's not the item that they want to see. And Sausage still digging 8, did pick up the bow. Duke Firebird now in level 6. And I do believe that we have found Ganon on Trail's side. Hopefully they can bomb out.
Otherwise, we're gonna get out of here. And we do bomb up, which is the only place we could possibly bomb.
And Patra possibly blocking a staircase, which, if it's the silvers, I'm going to find that mildly amusing.
And it can be required to bomb through Ganon's room to get to the silver arrows.
It does push. Whew, okay. So Sausage coming across another staircase room, which I don't remember if we saw this or not on Trails' side, because I know Trails did a pretty dig deep of 8. So now if you're Trails, you're taking every possible staircase that you can find, hoping that as soon as you step in it, you see those silvers. Sausage unfortunately does not get the block to push, and we're back to looking.
Duke runs into a Goma with no bow.
And there is possible recorder block in 8 for the item.
As I said, there's that Gleeok. Probably, it's possible. It's possible that the recorder is in 7.
Oh my gosh. So recorder in 7, blocking the Dig Dogger in 8, which blocks the silvers. And then the bait block magic staircase to Zelda, of course. Because why not? So Duke Firebird making their way slowly through level 6, still not out of it yet. Because we still don't have the silvers and so much potential for level 9 to do level 9 things.
Yeah, level 9, since we found the book already, it could be the silvers, but it could also be the ghost heart. And we were able to get past things and find the recorder in level 8. So,
okay.
So does that mean the silvers are in 9 or in 7? They're are in level 9.
The gamble paid off for Trails. And I believe he has all of the information, knows where the kidnapped is, and knows where Ganon is.
Already been in Ganon's room, already seen the shutter door that will not open until the beast is defeated. So that clock is ticking fast.
Yep. And we have Ganon.
Here's Ganon. Ganon's going to take 7 or 8 hits with the white sword. Meanwhile, Sausage picking up the final piece of the triforce.
Half a heart. Oh. Almost.
And a little bit too much. Gonna have to go try again. I thought Trails had a potion.
I
Not
was
sure.
about to say that too. I could have sworn I saw him pick one up. So now Sassage is back in 7. Sassage believes that silvers are in here.
It's the gamble.
Hmm?
And if the information were reversed, this would be the play to make.
Mm-hmm.
And Trails would be in 7 or 8 right now.
Trails just needs a good stun lock, or just Ganon to keep doing these things and just not giving him a bop. There we go.
And with that, we have Bacon and the Triforce of Power. And one more door, and let's see. There we go. There is the shutter door opening with that Gleeok there. And in a reverse C room, gotta go around. Get your GGs out for Trails. Coming in first place with a race time GG time of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 24 seconds.
GG, that was a wonderful gamble. And Sassage, just about that time, picked up the heart out of 7 and knows that they have to go into 9 for the silvers. So Sassage filling up on hearts, and we'll be heading into level 9 shortly. And Duke Firebird, still taking a look around 6.
And Sassage taking the land route to get to level 9, entering 121.43.
So in terms of points, Duke Firebird... Now he... Oop.
We are welcome to the booth. Trails, our winner tonight. GG.
Hey, thank you. I'm not sure if I really deserve it or not after a performance like that, but
You took a gamble, and that's what I think won it for you.
yeah, it had to have because I had an awful early game. I mean, like there was what 2 items left. There was the item in 7, and then there was the item in 6. The item in 7 was whistle locked. The item in 6 was question mark, and there was a second item in 8 that I didn't go back for.
So to fill in your tracker, 6 had the red candle, 7 was the heart container, and 8 was the recorder.
Wow, so that play really paid out for me.
Yep.
Yeah, Sassage is currently in level 9. Went in level 9 right after you finished, but had dug out the recorder and the heart.
Yeah, it's tough to make that gamble after what happened to us last seed, but at an hour of 10, I was 70 minutes in, I got the whole Triforce, and I've full cleared 7 to find out it was blocked by the whistle, so it was kind of like, go do that or go in a 9 and hope that they're in there, so I kind of did that, and it paid out for me, 10 minutes from getting the 7th or the 8th Triforce piece, I won.
A lot
Yeah,
of,
you were...
a lot of
ahead.
key troubles early in the seed we saw until you were the first to find the magical key.
Oh,
Sure,
that's nice.
I'm sure that was a welcome sight.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a welcome sight.
And how about the overworld blocks tonight? Not too terribly difficult to find.
No, it wasn't too bad. And after I found the whatchamacallit, after I found the white sword item, I was like, all right, I think I have everything now.
I thank you for picking up that boomerang.
Oh yeah, you never know when you're gonna need it.
See? Exactly.
So when you went back to the southwest corner for that bomb spot for level 4, how much exploration did you have left before you decided I need to go back here and check that?
Well, I think I was kind of like in the area, and I mean, to be honest, I was tilted from the beginning of the race. I don't know if you guys saw, but like I didn't start right away, and that was because my browser crashed as RaceBot was counting down. So
Ooh.
it was stuck on 10, and I was like, huh? So I refreshed my browser. I had to close it and reopen my browser, and like I started like a good 30 seconds late at least.
Yeah, we did notice. We weren't sure what that was. Maybe it was an OBS issue or what. But I was like, well, he'll probably be on this in a few seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what happened was my browser crashed, and then I was getting bodied left and right on the overworld, and I got I got lucky, I guess, at the end there. But it doesn't feel good not being in 9 by an hour in.
Some of these seeds, it's gonna be that way though. You can't judge them all with these flags because sometimes the dungeon boss blocks can get brutal.
I'm guessing like somebody like Sausage Link is already got all of the dungeons. He's probably already in 9, and I felt like my only hope was if silvers were required or in 9. And you know what the thing is, if he was digging all that stuff out, um, I don't know. See, it took me 10 minutes, about 10 minutes. I don't know. It would like I already knew where the item was in level 7. So if I would have went to level 6 and got, oh, well, you said the recorder was in level 8. See, that would have been the last place I would have went. Honestly, I didn't want to go back there because it was such a pain to go all the way around to that side. I don't know. I took a death. I think there was only one way to go, and you had to go all the way around. And I found the one item, which was what was that? The bow. That's right. I was really happy when I found that. And you know, I don't know. I did not want to make that trek all the way around.
Yeah, so we saw the being trapped in that one dig dogger room with the double shutter door. That
I
was
almost went in there from the top. I paused and I'm like, oh, don't go down there.
let's not get trapped twice, right?
Yeah, exactly. But just underneath of that, one room underneath of that was actually the Dig Dogger push block that I guess had what did it have? I guess the Coast Heart.
And Sassage has fired a one shot at the silver arrows, finding them in level 9.
And interestingly enough, both of you had to bomb through Ganon's room, so if there was an alternate route to the silvers, neither one of you found it.
It might have been, but when I found Ganon's room, it was just before I found, or just after I found the book. So it was kind of like, I did a circle. I was kind of like, well, I mean, there was definitely some staircases that I skipped out on.
But still not a bad 9. You found the kidnap pretty early, and then lucky you were able to bomb out, and then found the silvers relatively soon after that.
Oh, when I found the silvers and nobody had dot domed yet, I started shaking because I knew Ganon was right there, and I knew that Zelda was just beyond Ganon. And
You,
when I
you,
took
you,
the death to Ganon the first time, I was like, oh man, I hope I don't lose.
it's like you got a chance, but it could be over in an instant.
Yeah, because in my mind, they had a beautiful early game, and they didn't die as much as me, and they found the any key earlier than me, and all this is going on in my mind, so.
Well, Sassage will finish up as well, just found the kidnapped. So, everybody get your GGs in for Sausage Link with a race time finish of 1:28:37.
GG.
I think for all of you guys, the initial dungeons, you found this tinier ones first. They had a lot of really good items. The ladder just on the floor in 1 before you needed that key, red ring in 2. And then it just really came down to how well you dug those later dungeons to get your required items out.
And what happened was I didn't dig any of them out. I skipped everything.
Yep.
I got the bow, and that was it. And I took a gamble.
And we welcome to the booth our second place Sausage Link, and also Duke Firebird decided to throw in a towel. GG, gentlemen.
GG's, everyone.
Yeah.
GG's, guys.
GG's, you two. Yeah, the moment I saw Trails finish, and I'm like, the moment Sausage finishes, that's it. I was like, yep.
Yeah, that was a rough seed.
Yeah, it was definitely rough for me as well. I died a whole ton. I took the gamble at 9. Basically, is what happened at the 70-minute mark. I could either go back into 8 and get item number 2, or go dig out the item in level 6. But I had the information that the item in 7 was whistle locked because I full cleared it. And
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought too. Okay. Well, I can tell you, you didn't miss much in 6.
Yeah, I made the mistake of just writing recorder blocked on level 8 instead of also key blocked, and yeah, I dug everything out of 1 through 6, tried 7, and yeah, that killed me.
Ooh, wow.
yeah, I went back into level 8 after I got the any key. I save scummed the key, went in there, and then I saw I was key blocked again, and I just had in the back of my mind either key or whistle.
Yeah, keys definitely was the resource that everybody was having problems with in the beginning.
Yep.
Another thing I noticed is everybody definitely had to go at least a second trip to get a bomb upgrade because there was, money being spent on keys.
Well, that didn't happen to me, thankfully.
I
I
got my
just
first
ran
time.
into my bomb upgrade, and I'm like, okay, sure.
I found it, and I was 1 rupee short, went through a few other rooms, and ended up getting it at a couple extra rupees.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I
found-
grabbed. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I got it the first pass through, and I saw it. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna grab that and shoot.
Yeah, you got that one late too.
Yeah, I found the first one. I'm like, okay, I'm nowhere near this, but it's close enough to start. And then I ran into the second one, and I'm like, oh, I got more than enough.
These are the happy thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah, that was an awesome upgrade too, plus 6. Can't beat that. And it was
No.
what was it, like 89 rupees or something like that?
Yeah,
I
cheap.
think 98.
Oh, it was 98.
Even then, still, and it was perfect for me because I was down to 1 bomb. I was like, oh, okay, I'll take a full bomb bag. Let's go.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Get all 14 bombs basically for that.
Yeah.
Duke, one thing that definitely put you behind probably was the wand in level 5 was a big boost to offense for your opponents.
Yeah. Was that open or was that locked? That was like the only thing. I think it's locked on my end.
I
Don't
don't think there
recall.
wasn't any item blocking it. It might have been a key or a bomb hole, but there was no bow block or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know what it was? It was in the top. I think it was in the northeast corner, or it was segmented. It was a segmented level 5,
Uh-huh.
and in the top, very top right, or like the top section,
Oh,
on the right side,
right. Okay, yeah, I didn't go that direction. I went left.
you had to bomb down, and you bombed into the room with it.
Got it. Yeah. I wasn't too flustered. I'm like, okay, when they said it was wand in the chat, I was like, oh, okay, good. I was more worried about bow or silvers, but I still don't know where those are at. I have a logical guess now.
Go for it.
I'm thinking the bow. I think the bow and silver. I think they're both in 8. Honestly.
The bow's in 8, the silvers are in 9.
Ooh, silvers are in 9. Well.
Yeah, and you had to bomb out of Ganon's room to get the silvers.
Oh, that's cruel.
Oh, is that where they were? I bombed through Ganon to get there as well, but I wasn't sure if that was the only way. I did search the whole bottom right-hand section, found Zelda. You know that the book was right there. I'm guessing you must have passed up on it.
I did not see it.
of course the book's a 9. Oh, of course. Oh well. Yeah, unfortunately, I was in D8 when you crossed the line, Sassage. So I was like, yeah, I'm nowhere near done. I still got 2 triforces left, and I'm still on 2 items. So.
Yeah, no shame in that if you're that far behind.
Yeah. Because I know the channel's gonna... There's another race coming up in about 25 minutes, and I'm like, yeah, let's not... I don't want to hold it up. Plus, at this point, I already know I'm mathematically eliminated, so... But it was fun. So...
Yes, I do agree.
Great race. Everybody enjoyed every time.
Oh yeah, anytime there's a randomizer race, I'm always having a good time.
Yeah, same here. I appreciate you guys and everything that you guys have done, man, and doing the commentary and stuff. It was a stressful race, but I'm sure it was probably funny to watch from the top down. or at least on my screen, I was struggling so hard, man.
So who all watches their restreams back?
Oh, I do on occasion.
Yeah, I always try to.
I do with Zelda 2 randomizer. When I lose, I don't like to watch it back because just because I feel like I did such a bad job and I don't want to watch myself suck.
Well, okay. So let me give you my take on it. I am not good at Zelda 1, let alone the randomizer, but I understand the logic. But it's more my execution and my combat. But watching the races back, I can actually watch and see how the other players are doing in that same exact spot where I was having problems. And I'm like, that's how you fight like that. Okay, now I think I get it down, and I try to practice it a little bit. But it's hard to do because you can't come up with every scenario because of randomizer.
That's true. I'm just always afraid I'm gonna watch everybody dog on me. Oh, look at Trails playing terribly.
Rule 1 of commentary: you don't dog on the person unless the person actually knows you and they know they can get away with it.
Oh, I always love when people dog on me. I get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Any I guess it's probably about time to start wrapping up. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
Good luck next group stage, guys.
Yeah, the next group stage with us is probably going to be Fury SK and Sci-Town versus us.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we don't have anything easy coming up.
Oh no.
Everybody's a competitor in this tournament. So, all right. So what we got coming up, we have on this channel, we have Fryteeth CD Improv and Adirondack Rick coming up at 8 o'clock Eastern. And then we also have on SpeedGaming 2, we have Magic Friends, Paratrooper 1, and Leslie Pro.
And I just want to say thank you very much to Cami and Renokai, our tracker, who did a fantastic job tonight.
And
Shout out to the behind the scenes people.
Oh yeah, and thanks, Boof and Boom, for doing the commentary with me, and it's been a pleasure. And let's move on to the next race, I say.
You got it. I'm with you. All right. Well, everybody have a good night, and we'll see you at the next race.
Thanks. GG's, Duke. Good luck to you in anything future.
Yep. I got Link to the Past looking forward to now, so.
There you go.
Good luck for you guys in
one tournament.
So, yeah.
Okay. Good night, everybody.